worship begins with humility. Can we say that together? Worship begins with humility. Verse 20, he did not fail to confess, but confessed freely, I am not the Christ. I want you to realize something really interesting. These are John's first words in the Gospel of John. These are his first words. The first thing John the Baptist says in the Gospel of John is, number one is, I am not the Savior of the world. Wouldn't that be a great place to start 2026? By each of us beginning this year by saying, I am not the Savior of the world. Do you see that long introduction there to that answer? He did not fail to confess, but confessed freely. That's a really long introduction to just saying, I'm not the Messiah. One of the commentaries that I read said that long answer there, explanation, is actually an indication that if he had said yes, they would have believed him. That if John the Baptist has said, yes, I am the promised Messiah, that the people would have believed him. But he would have been lying. But he understands his mission. That's why he says that he's not the Messiah. He understands that his mission in this life is not to be the Savior of the world, but just to be a voice preparing people for the arrival of Jesus. So I want us to think some more about this word humility. I want to show you how the Bible defines humility by showing you what's the opposite of humility. Let me show you what the opposite of humility is in James chapter 4, verse 6. See if you can help me figure it out. But he who gives us more grace, this is why the scriptures say, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. What's the opposite of being humble? Is being what? Is being proud. Is having pride. What's that middle letter in the word pride? It's the word I, right? Having a heart filled with pride is always seeking to exalt yourself in a situation. Someone tells a funny story, and you got to tell a funnier story. Someone gets hurt, and you got to tell a story of how you got hurt worse than that person is feeling. What's going on? You're looking at a situation, and you're trying to exalt yourself, whether it's someone's at the top of the mountain or someone's in the valley low. But what does it mean to be humble? What does it mean to live with humility? Let me show you some definitions that I came across, biblical definitions of the word humility. As I go through these, I want you to think about three things. I want you to think about what your posture is. I want you to think about what your relationship is with other people. And then I want you to think about what your relationship is with God as I go through these. Look at the posture. To be bowed down, that's what it means to be humble. It means to have a posture of lowliness. It's a refusal to see oneself as superior to others. That's what it means to be humble. It's submission to the reign of God. Martin Luther defined humility as the joyful acceptance of God's will.